In this video, I'm going to share with you the things I learned about upgrading my Kymco scooter and later my motorcycle to an LED headlight. What I learned was the LED headlight has cooling fans to keep the electronics cool, not so much the bulb itself, because that's in the enclosure. Because a fan is needed, that makes everything longer and bigger, and that's especially challenging on a motorcycle or a scooter. So that's why it has a separate cord which lets you move the connection pins off of the bulb itself and off to the side to save space that the fan takes up. Finally, the whole unit can be disassembled, and it needs to be, in order to get the boot over the fan. To understand the design of the LED bulb and what it's trying to accomplish by being something that can be disassembled, we want to look at the regular bulb. First, this part is completely the same on the LED, the amount that sticks out, that metal base plate. The real difference is on the back side, and that's why the LED can be taken apart and must be taken apart, so you can put the rubber boot on first, then put the fan on. Hit pause to read the text in the pictures, and we'll just go through how you do this step by step. And it would be the same on a motorcycle. So here it is, a step at a time. First, the plastic base plate has been taken off the LED and installed and locked down with a clip. Now the rubber boot has been put in place, and finally the bulb fan assembly can be pushed through the rubber boot and the power plug will be connected as we see in the picture. It's very important that you use zip ties or anything that you need to make sure that wires will never come in contact with the fan blades. If the fan stops, the bulb will burn out. As of this video, I have been using this bulb continuously, first in my scooter, then I moved it over to my motorcycle for 1 year with no problems. Remove the 2 screws in the front upper cover. So I think they mean this right here, this little trim piece. That's going to be here. It's going to be here. Okay, so I want to point out that that center bar is a custom bar that I welded together, so you're not going to see that anywhere else. And these 2 tall brackets are from this aftermarket Givi windscreen. So if you have the factory windscreen, you're not going to have those brackets. Okay. Next, you're going to take this screw right down there and right there. Next, you're going to have to go in here, and there's different ways of doing that right there. And the same thing on the other side. There. This one and this one, and the same on the other side. This trim piece off, and I think I have a still picture. Here we see the stock windshield, and at the base it's either 4 or 5 of these little hex head bolts. This also has a couple things that make it lock in, so you're going to need to kind of pop it off without breaking the plastic, which is brittle. Now once you do all that, you take these out, then this whole piece, the fairing here, is going to come forward. And we'll see some still photos of that. Here's the dividing line down here. And the plastic, you put something in here gently and you can get it to pop out. What it is, there's a couple little like fingers that kind of reach in there. And then this plastic body snaps in here. Do yourself a favor and lubricate the plastic. You can use a little bit of oil or even a little bit of grease, but just wipe it so you're barely putting any on there. And it really can help the plastic slide into place when you put it back on. Since I don't have any live video of this disassembly and reassembly, the next best thing is to throw a few still shots where you can kind of see where the screw holes are and that sort of thing. I just want to mention a common complaint. These plastic gears get stripped, and that's why you actually end up having to take this assembly off in order to adjust the headlight, which is a shame, and then put it all back on. You don't have to put every screw in. You can just do a quick put just a few screws in, enough to hold it in place, and then check your beam pattern and get it where you want it. So I rank this as my 3 most important upgrades. Number 1 being the windscreen or windshield from Givi. Number 2 being the box on the back, in my case also from Givi. And number 3, this LED bulb. So good night and good luck with your scooter.